Lenard Montoute has sought to dispel any notion that he may follow in the footsteps of former Prime Minister Stephenson King, who recently parted ways with the UWP. This comes on the heels of King's recent assertions that he was not the only disgruntled member of the Alan Chasney cabinet.
Notwithstanding all the rhetoric that may come out, there are a number of cabinet ministers who are disgruntled. A number of cabinet ministers who have spoken to me in the corridors about the treatment, about the behavior, about what goes on, and the manner in which they are suffering. And they speak to me in the corridors, in private, about their experience. And therefore, you should not be surprised if at any time some of those won't step out and raise their hands and say we've had enough.
It has long been rumored that Montoute and Chasney have shared a strained relationship, with many suggesting that the long-serving member was sidelined within the party's structure following Chasney's rise to power as a relative newcomer. However, the former deputy political leader has vehemently denied speculation that he too is disenchanted.
I'm the least likely to do it. I'm no deceitful person. I'm no clandestine person. I'm not a dishonest person. I'm not one that will make you believe one thing while I'm thinking and doing another. And so to associate me or to want to insinuate that I am involved in any such plan or deal, as I call it, is absolutely, let me just say this to you. My mother always used to say to me that people judge you by their own standards. So whoever say that there are others ready to cross is making an admission that he has crossed.
According to Montoute, while he respects King's right to make such a move, he is disappointed in his former colleague under whose leadership he served.
Stephenson King should not treat a party that took him from being a messenger to becoming a prime minister in that manner. And let me just say to you, that's not a statement of condemnation. I'm proud of him to have achieved that. I'm proud of my party to have given someone that opportunity. That is a party that is an open party, willing to embrace everyone and give everyone an opportunity. And that in itself is testimony to it. But for you to treat a party that has given you so much opportunity, a party that has literally made you who you are today, to treat us in this manner, I think it's despicable, it's unprincipled, and it's dishonorable. Stephenson King should examine himself and reflect on what he has done.
Montoute has leveled intense criticism against King and former UWP MP Richard Frederick, who will both be contesting the 2021 elections in constituencies without endorsed Labour Party candidates.
It is recent history what the Saint Lucia Labour Party has said about Richard. It is recent history how they have characterized that gentleman. They vilified him to such an extent that even UWPs became afraid of him. Today, that very same Labour Party is in bed with Richard Frederick. And Richard Frederick is now in red, declaring himself as an independent candidate. I say to you, Saint Lucia, that there is no independent candidate. There were deals done. And in the business of this country, that is so serious, dealing with the governance of this country, you should be wary of people who are making deals. We are not a country of deals. And when we talk about electing people to parliament, we have to elect honorable people to parliament, not deal makers. Because when you deal with deal makers, you never know what deal you will end up with.
Despite Montoute's criticism of King's split from the UWP, his former cabinet colleague Rufus Busquet has candidly revealed that there were previous efforts to undermine King's leadership. In what is perhaps one of the most damning revelations of this election cycle, the former UWP MP admitted to a deliberate ploy to unceremoniously strip King of the prime ministership, a plan which he says involved current cabinet members, including Lenard Montoute.
There was a meeting which was called, in which a number of us, including myself, agreed at that particular meeting, which Steve wasn't there, that we were going to move Steve out as the leader of the party. Spider was slated.
This is a sitting prime minister.
This is a sitting prime minister. Maybe we would have voted against him and sent it to the governor general. He'd be gone. That's it. Spider was designated, and everybody thought that he should take over the leadership. One of the reasons why all of these people who sat there wanted to do it is because we felt it was necessary to get rid of two people in the cabinet, Osbert Dovey and Alan Chasney. People were so passionate about it that this is what they wanted to do. Since Steve wasn't going to do it, let's get him out and let's get it done.
Despite this ploy, King would of course continue to serve as Prime Minister until the UWP suffered defeat at the 2011 general elections. However, he would not lead the party into the next election as Alan Chasney was voted in as leader in 2013. For Choice News Now, I'm Annie Mathre reporting.